This is the Appsys MVR-64, a multi-format digital audio converter. I'm Jason from Synthax UK. Stick around and we'll have a closer look at this brilliant product. So the Multiverter has a whole host of applications. If you're in a live touring band, you can have this in your rack with your standard I/O, knowing that you can connect to any front of house or any monitor console that may be at the venue, be it a MIDI via AES50 or a Digico on MADI. So if you're running a broadcast truck, you could be using this, receiving a MADI feed from the live event, converting the MADI to Dante and recording via Dante Virtual Sound Card, but also popping the MADI back out and recording to a Joco Black Box or an RME MADI card. And of course you can also use the Multiverter in post-production or in your recording studio to bring all your digital audio gear together and to also integrate your client's digital gear with your existing setup. So let's take a closer look at the Appsys MVR-64 Multiverter. Going left to right, the first thing you'll see is the power switch with the power supply indicator lights. This has two 240 volt and one 9 volt DC power inlet for redundancy. You'll also see that it's designed in Switzerland and made in Germany. In this section, you have 12 presets and a test tone generator. The presets you can define yourself for different applications, and the test tone will send out 64 channels of test tone to each output you've selected. The routing section is nice and simple. You have your input formats down the left-hand side and your output formats along the top. To select a routing, you push set, and then using the knob down this side, you select the cross point that you want to use. In this case, I want to convert Dante to MADI optical. Push the button in, push back, and the light goes green to indicate that the clock is good. The clock section works in the same way. It will clock to any digital format, and it will also be the master clock for your entire setup. If I hit set, I'll see that the light starts to flash. If I change it to internal, I can then change the sample rate and select again. And again, it goes green to indicate that everything is clocked and happy. And finally, we come to the monitor and headphone section. This section allows you to monitor any of the incoming sources. For example, if I push set and then scroll down to Dante, which is the incoming signal we have at the moment, and click, it will go green to indicate that there is a signal there. I can change the volume while this light is indicated, or if I push this in, it will switch to channel, and I can choose which channel I need to monitor. So let's take a look at the back. As you can see, Appsys have crammed an amazing amount of I/O onto the back of this device. Firstly, we have MIDI in, out, or through. We have Dante primary and secondary, so it can be used as switch or as redundant. We have Wordclock I/O, we have AES50 and MADI TP, which can also be switched to a second AES50 in and out. We have MADI coax, RS485 for control, MADI optical I/O, a USB socket for firmware updates, 64 channels of ADAT in and out, a 9 volt and two 240 volt power supplies for redundancy. If one of the power supplies fails, it automatically switches to the other, and with the 9 volt you can run it from a battery. And finally, you'll see the extension, which will allow you to connect two multiverters together for those large channel count jobs, and will also serve to communicate with planned breakout boxes for future use. So if you'd like to find out more about the Multiverter and arrange a demo, please go to synthax.co.uk. If you found this video useful, please subscribe.